I went to the GP yesterday to talk to her about everything that happened in my consultation with my rheumatologist. And here's what she put me on. I know I'm gonna forget again, 'cause I'm not having the best day. Okay. Amitriptyline. What was I saying? I was saying something totally crazy the other day. I'm pretty sure it wasn't amitriptyline though. I want to say peptides or triptides or something to do with tides. They're starting me on a low dose of amitriptyline, and I don't know what was in my brain. I'm struggling so much today. Oh yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. So you know, I don't usually film myself on a really bad day. So now you're gonna have to see the real me. Oh my gosh, my voice is gone, so this is gonna be the worst video ever. I'm so sorry. I talked to her about my bloods because my bloods were actually funny. But she said that's totally normal for me, even though the bloods are kind of, I mean, I don't really understand how this works, but she said although my bloods are borderline, they've been like that for so long. It's just kind of what my body's like at rest, if you know what I mean. So I don't think she thinks anything's wrong with my kidneys, which is so good to hear. They're happy with the amount of iron that I'm taking. Sorry, I'm just making a cup of coffee so I can like actually feel like a human for a second. They're happy with my bloods anyway, basically. They're like, we've taken your bloods previously, and even though they were like 3 months apart, they're exactly the same. So it's fine. It's not like you're in like dire kidney failure or something. I don't really know. Let me look back on this because I've already forgotten everything. Ugh. Okay, she's gonna take me to the pain clinic. No, she isn't. She's gonna refer me to a pain clinic. We're gonna talk about like pain management. There's like a psych section to that, which is great. Physio, all this stuff, and they can talk to me about mobility aids and stuff. But I mean, I was a little unhappy with that, but I'll get back to it in a second. She said, unfortunately, like I'm able to move around and I'm not dire, and they're gonna deal with the most vulnerable people first. So it could be like months before I even get in there. And I was like, oh man, this sucks so much. But she's like, don't worry, it's a good thing really, because you're like not so bad. This is what I'm talking about. I was like, okay, because I was having a good day when I saw her as well. I was having a good day, and I planned the appointment to where it was like a good time. And I drank lots of coffee, and like I did everything to support myself so that I was having a good day when I went in there. Which just annoys me so much, because then there's sort of like, oh, you're great. I was talking to her about mobility aids, and she's like, you don't need to cross that bridge yet. We'll just like cross that bridge when you're in enough pain and you can barely walk. And I was thinking, and I said to her, I was thinking in my mind, why would I be bringing it up if I'm not there? Like, why would I even be talking to you about mobility aids? Like, I want to use mobility aid. Like, nobody wakes up in the morning like, you know what would be great if I had to use crutches to walk today, or if I needed a wheelchair this morning, you know? Nobody thinks that way. You only start thinking about aids when you realize you're not able to move the way you once were, and you're actually kind of scared that there's gonna be a moment in time where you are no longer able to move. And I would rather have the crutches in before I get to that point, because I almost was twice last week unable to pick up my daughter from school because my arch, like, I don't know what it is. I don't think it really collapsed, but the arch on my foot became so painful that I could not walk on it. And I honestly, for a minute, thought I don't know if I can push through the pain to go get my daughter from school, because that's how much it hurts. And you have to like walk up to the school. There's like a walk in, which I think is about like 50 meters, I think. So it's like not much, but it's enough to be like, oh sugar, I don't know if I can walk on this foot for that long. And I felt really bad because it floored me a little bit, because I've never had to think about it before. So I've had to start thinking about mobility aids. And then my knee went like 3 days later as my foot was recovering. It wasn't like no longer painful, but it wasn't excruciating anymore. My knee went. So I thought, oh sugar, like if it's not one thing, it's another with me. And that's one of the things that's really rubbish. So I have both EDS and fibromyalgia. So if I'm not in a fibro flare, then I still have EDS to deal with. And then like when I feel like I'm getting my EDS kind of dealt with, and I end up in a flare, or both at the same time, which is just dire. Yeah, and it's really frustrating, but that is what I need to deal with right now. It's probably what I'm gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life, and that's totally fine. But then walking into a GP's office and asking about mobility aids and kind of getting the, well, you can walk just fine, you walked straight in here, you know, it's a little frustrating, because I'm like, why do you think I'm bringing it up right now? So she's told me I could go to like a mobility shop or something, and they could kind of walk me through all the mobility aids and stuff. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think what it is deep down I have this like imposter syndrome, or like an ableist attitude, because I just feel a bit like it's hard to hear somebody basically say, you're fine, you don't need a mobility aid, because deep down I kind of think maybe I don't. But then when I'm too sore and everything's too painful for me to walk, then I'm like, I wish I would have like listened to myself and just thought ahead and had something in, because now I like either can't get my daughter, or I have to be in excruciating pain to go to this school. And it's just so unfair, and I do need some support. I strongly believe, now that I'm like thinking it through, I strongly believe that I need the support, and I do need a mobility aid. So I think I'm just gonna go and get one. I have no idea where to start, and I'm like mentally, I am not in it today. So it's not gonna be today, because I don't even think I can drive, so. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's get some coffee down me so I can function as a human. Little pinch of cinnamon. I never thought I would like this, but it's so good. Okay, cinnamon's in. Yeah, so that's basically how that went. My doctors have been asking me to reduce my sertraline with a view to going off of it following my postpartum depression. But unfortunately, I'm having tons of nightmares now. So I went from 75 milligrams down to 50, and my nightmares have returned after not having them for like 2 years, which is so dire. And I forgot how like horrible it is, sugar, nightmares. I forgot how horrible it is to go back there every single night and like fight for your life or be abused all over again. And I feel for people with like trauma in their past so much, because it's the hardest thing, and as soon as you think you're well or you're getting over it or something, it all comes crashing back and you're back there again, and it's the worst thing. Yeah, so I think this is like a PSA for anybody who has PTSD and you're on sertraline and you're doing really, really well, and you, after a couple of years, you start to think, you know what, I don't think I need this sertraline anymore. Stay on the sertraline. It's what's keeping you well. Just stay on it, please. If you're happy with your dosage, you're happy in life, and your nightmares are reduced or gone, please just stay on it, because you'll start to come off of them, and then the nightmares will come back and you'll remember how absolutely horrible they are. I hate nightmares. So yeah, I'm not sleeping well. So my doctor has told me to take my old dose of sertraline again. So I've upped my dosage of sertraline for the first time yesterday, back to 75 milligrams, which is like such a random amount, but that's the kind that my body just really reacts to. I think 75 is like my magic number. And she started me on that what was it? Amitriptyline. I've already forgotten again. I think it's amitriptyline. Amitriptyline. Yeah, 10 milligrams of that last night. Oh, guys. Yes, it was good. It was so good. I can't believe that's an antidepressant, because the side effects for that, just being able to sleep. So I laid down and thought, I'm still in some pain, you know, it wasn't like the pain had just disappeared. But it took the edge off enough that I just kind of felt the fatigue and the kind of like floating off and drifting off feeling that you really want when you're really tired. And it was so nice just to kind of like not be totally focused on the pain. I have a whole nighttime routine, which I've outlined in my, I want to say chronic illness, I'm so out of it, mental health channel. Gosh, it's only me with cPTSD, so that's my mental health channel. Oh my God, I'm so foggy this morning. It's so bad. So I don't know if this is a side effect of the amitriptyline, or I mean, I feel like this some days anyway. I'm just like gone. So I feel like this is possibly just the fibro. It could be the new medication, or it could be that I've increased my dose of sertraline. So I feel like it could be any of that, and I'm just so foggy and out of it this morning. It's not a good feeling. But I did not have any nightmares. I never thought I'd be able to say that. It's such a good feeling. I had no nightmares last night. I drifted off without tossing and turning in absolutely tons of pain, so that was good. The only thing is, where's my phone? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my phone right now, wondering where my phone is. The only thing is I did not sleep well. I still had a terrible night's sleep. I feel like I slept well. I could not wake up this morning. I was so foggy and tired and just like, oh, I could have done with a lie-in. But also I haven't been sleeping well the past few nights, like since I got off of the cocodamol. I've not slept well since then. So I am tired anyway. I'm really tired anyway. I'm foggy anyway. The fibro makes me foggy anyway, and I've been feeling that. I've increased my sertraline and I've started amitriptyline. So like, I feel like there's so many reasons for me to be foggy this morning and to be like barely be hanging on. And my house is a mess because I'm just too tired to do anything. So I think I'm gonna sit down with a coffee and just like continue not to do anything. But yeah, that's where I'm up to today. I'm gone. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I hate this, but it's okay. I'm trying to remain positive, but it's all right to say it as well, that it's really hard and it sucks. But yeah, I'm just gonna be easy on myself today. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this coffee. I'm gonna sit down in the living room. I'm gonna get dead comfy on the couch, and I'm just going to have a headache and forget what I'm saying. I think I'm going to play a game. I don't know how I'm gonna hold my phone, but I'm gonna play a game on my phone. I'm gonna find a way to make it comfortable. And I'm gonna play a game on my phone, and I'm just gonna relax and like not be too hard on myself today. I have a lot of stuff I wanted to do, but I'm gonna probably, I think I have enough to get me by for the rest of the week. I've got a headache, tension headache now. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to just figure it out. All right, see you guys.